emotional, I don't get too objective. But I'm not emotional now. I like to be very objective. Let's be very objective with the matter. The matter has to do with the Ayiri, the Ologbotsere, the ex-Ologbotsere or whatever of Warri Kingdom and the Olu of Warri. A lot of persons have called and tried to see what's my take on the matter. All right, and I've followed the trend. A lot of people have had several separate trends, opinions about the matter of Ologbotsere, Warri, and all of that. But this is it. First, understand this. If I'm speaking on matter of kingship, I try to be in the shoe that if the same exact thing had happened in Benin Kingdom, what would be my reaction? Because there's a parable in Benin that says someone will have to correct me on that. You understand? You take a sober reflection, put yourself in the same shoe. All right? It is the fairest of all judgment. It is the fairest. You have to put yourself in the same. All of this can be difficult, but someone can help me with that. Where I am for. But we understand that parable. It's a popular parable in Benin. So I like to put myself in the shoe. All right, to understand. All right, if the event had happened in Benin Kingdom, do the Oba of Benin have right to derobe or suspend or abolish the title of Ologbotsere? If it had happened, Ologbose, not Ologbotsere, or it's Ologbose in Benin. That's the question. A Benin man will say, yes, Oba Benin has the right. But if you not judge that the Olu of Warri do not have the right to derobe the Ologbotsere in Warri Kingdom, that means you're being biased. Aya bonye nedo ya wegbege na ya bonye nedo. So that's what I'm saying. So na ya bonye so you have to. So if we feel as Benin people that the Oba of Benin has a right to derobe or abolish or whatever, so we should also not believe that the Olu of Warri also have the right to derobe, suspend, and all of that. So I've clarified that. So those of our Edo brothers who are saying that the Olu do not have that right, they are not saying the truth. He's the king. I've always said it. If you don't respect the occupant, respect the institution. I've always said it. We that understand Benin beyond the surface level, we understand that loyalty is to the institution, loyalty is to the throne, and not the occupant. When we say Oba Atokwe, we are not saying Oba Atokwe to Oba Ewari the second only. We are saying Oba Atokwe to every Obas of Benin, every Ogisos of Benin. So that's what it means. So loyalty is to the throne, to the institution, and not to the occupant. As far the Atuwashe, the third, is sitting on that institution, he must be respected. That's what I believe. He must be respected. But however, this is my opinion on the matter. However, first, I want people to, I don't like people misquoting me out of context. I want people to understand that Olu has every right. Olu, I heard they now refer to him as Oba. Whatever they refer to him, it doesn't matter. He has every right, all right, to suspend, derobe, all right, any chief that he wants to. He's a king. If he doesn't have the right, then what makes him a king? He's a king, so he has every right. But however, what Izoduwa is saying is that though he has a right, I want people to understand this. Though he has a right to do that, but it was not the right thing to do. I'm not questioning the authority of the Olu of Warri. Though he has a right, but it is not the right thing to do. And I will state my reasons why I feel it's not the right thing to do. First, there is an history behind that title, Ologbotsere. There is an history behind that title. When you abolish that title, you abolish that history, that part, that history behind the title. And when you abolish that history behind that title, you abolish a very vital part of the Shekiri history. You abolish the very vital part of the Shekiri history. All right? All right. Now, coming back to Benin so that we can basically understand, I like to make references. If it was in Benin, what would the Oba of Benin would have done? This is it. I've studied the Benin history to an extent that I know that this would have been the reaction. The Oba would have sanctioned the title holder, suspend the title holder, derobe the title holder, but not abolish the title. Since all my years of studying Benin history, only one Oba have attempted to abolish a title. I will tell you now, he did not succeed. Coincidentally, it was a title that gave birth to the creation of Ologbotsere as a title. Only one Oba have attempted to abolish a title in Benin. Only one. There are other instances though, but it was not abolition of a title. It was the Oba didn't want that family, like Oba Eweka II. He didn't want the Awo family to retain the Ewekas. The Oba Eweka II didn't want Awo family to retain the Obaseki title after Awo died. The Awo family protested. Oba Eweka did also succeed. But this is a clear case of abolition of a title, that you don't want that title to exist again. It happened in the time of the reign of Akenzwa I. Listen, Oba Akenzwa I. Because the Iyase of that era was very vindictive, was very high-handed, he protested exactly the same scenario. Exactly the same scenario. Exactly the same scenario. Lily white because they are ignorant. Exactly the same scenario. The Iyase there protested that Oba Akenzwa I will never allow him to become the Oba. Eventually, Oba Eweka I eventually became the Oba. So the Oba Akenzwa I, not Oba Eweka. Sorry, it's Oba Akenzwa I, not the second though. Oba Akenzwa I reigned in the 18th century. So when he now became the Oba, he was so infuriated by the deceit, by the wickedness, by the all the BB grammars you can use of the Iyase of Benin. So he wanted to abolish the Iyase title, but he did not succeed. The Iyase was going at the time when the Obas were very powerful. Listen, this was a time when Oba would tell you jump. You ask the Oba, how high do you want me to drop your majesty? It still wasn't possible, because Iyase is not a small title. Iyase is a big title, and whoever holds it is powerful. And the Iyase then was protested and was going to cause a civil riot in the kingdom. And he apprehended Oba Akenzwa I. And Oba Akenzwa I denied, I'm sorry to say, but this is what the history said, denying that he didn't want it to create, he's not abolishing the Iyase title, that he wanted to create a title of Ologbotsere Yase, that the title that he heard that he had created to abolish or to replace the Iyase was not to replace the Iyase, was a sort of a subsidiary of the Iyase title. He now said that Ive Ologbotsere Yase, Iyase's what's it called? Iyase's cats. Ologbo, cats. Ologbotsere Yase. And the first title holder of that Ologbotsere Iyase was one Chief Ogboma. I want people to understand this. Like I've said, in all my studies of Benin history, only one Obas have attempted to abolish a title because he felt betrayed by whatever that one of the you understand. But eventually, or sadly, he did not succeed. He did not succeed. Now, there were attempts, even in the far, like Oba the first, when he became the Oba, top-ranking chiefs had insisted that he would not become the Oba of Benin. When he became the Oba, do you know what he did? He did not abolish the title. Because if he had tried to abolish the title, the Benin people would have protested. Otherwise, he eliminated the first generation, all the title holders, and replaced them with their first sons. He eliminated the Oliya, he eliminated the Dohen, he eliminated all of those, about 14 of those chiefs that were into the conspiracies, and replaced all of them with their first sons. With their first sons. Exactly the same thing that happened to Prince Izoduwa. The four chiefs, all right, that contested Prince Izoduwa's qualification or whatever to the throne. The moment he became the Oba, he eliminated them. He did not abolish the title. Because when you abolish the title, you are abolishing a very important aspect of your history. So you don't abolish the title, you sanction, you suspend, or you derobe the title holder. Alright, that's what you do. That's what every Obas of Benin would have done. You don't abolish your Ologbotsere title, but you abolish Chief Ayiri. Otherwise, because of Chief Ayiri, why would you not deny the future of the Shekiri people, of the history of what the Ologboseres, previous Ologboseres, who probably would have also sacrificed for the land, the field of that history? If Akenza the first would have succeeded, you and I probably would not have been talking about Iyase. Nobody would have been aware of probably if there was ever a title called Iyase, or the title of Iyase could have just been one of the titles that, oh, there was a title in Benin that was abolished. The history that has came up with all of the Iyase, the Iyases, Ekpenede, and the likes, those great Iyases, you and I would not have been the Iyases, Okizi, the Iyase, the likes of Iyase, Humphrey Omosai. None of us would have been talking about the history or the remarkable history these lines of Iyase would have created, because one Iyase had messed up, and because of he had messed up, you abolish that title. I'm not saying I would give Isehure's. Isehure cannot, even the Oba of Benin, I've said it before, cannot, even if he wants to, he can't abolish the Isehure title. He only suspended Amowie, the title holder. Isehure title is hereditary. No Oba can abolish any hereditary title. The what you can do is to derobe him. Like they have said, is it derobe? I don't know. It's to suspend the title holder. But that is a Isehure title. If the Nosahai, the present holder of the Isehure dies, his first son automatically becomes the next Isehure. That's how it is. It's hereditary. Yes, exactly, Stephen Wise. Even as Esama do reach, I wanted to also talk about the Esama. It was suspended. Even Esama had to contest it. That Egi Nera Mama Owe. Otherwise, the Benin makes it quite impossible that if I'm the present Oba of Benin, I gave you a title. On no account should my own son, the next Oba of Benin, strip you away from the title. Otherwise, it becomes irrelevant. If tomorrow the present Olu III, may he live long on the throne, if tomorrow he passes on. His first son, I don't know, becomes the next Olu, and he now decides to say, I thereby recall the Ologbotsere. It becomes like conflict of kingship. That is why any title that precedes a particular king ought not to ordinarily be touched. You can suspend the title holder, but because of his sins, you cannot deny the future of your kingdom, of the history that title means. So that's my own argument. Like I said, he has the right to do anything he wants to do, but it was not the right thing to do. That's what Izoduwa said. I don't want to make anybody go misquote me tomorrow. He has the right to do whatever he wants to do. He's a king, but it was not the right thing to do. If it was in Benin, like I said, if what the Oba would have done is to strip off the title holder, Ayiri, but he would leave the Ologbotsere title. He will leave the Ologbotsere title. Alright? Because another great Ishekiri person who would probably be humble, who will probably serve the kingdom very well with his mind, might also come from that lineage. Why? Because of one, I don't know, whatever atrocity or whatever abomination or sins of one person commit has stripped the future of every bona fide member from that family the field or the right to also collect that title to right the wrong of probably the previous holder or two previous holders. Alright? So that is my take on this matter. I hope I've been able to convince you